25.
Excellent. Now we got a race.
Yes, and I told Bergman this yesterday off the air. I think that I'm going to follow your lead. You could have sat on your mythical money lead and just coasted to the title.
Yes.
And you bet because more bets, more fun. I'm going to bet every week.
Good.
Until the end of the year.
Yeah, and I think we should all bet big. I'll tell you,
I'm with you.
It's
I'm either
boring.
going to finish as the winner or close to zero.
It's boring when somebody's like got a $300,000 lead. So I'm not that I wanted to win my bets. Obviously, over the weekend it was USC and the Rams, but I'm not like. My hopes are not dashed by the fact that I'm behind John in mythical money, and I intend to continue to bet big.
No, and you're about to win 100,000 more because you're going to do your streak thing.
Yeah, and then you'll pass me, but I'm about to win. I'm about to win 50 more from you.
That's right.
Because USC's going to lose another game. You didn't stand up for Lincoln Riley yesterday, did you?
I ripped him on some counts and stood up for him on others.
How do you stand up for him in any way, shape, or form?
He inherited a program that was a friggin' mess. And
he's
17-5 through his first 22 games, and I think there are people, John, on Twitter and people, writers, who are saying he's Clay Helton. It's Clay Helton all over again. No, it's not Clay Helton all over again. It's ridiculous. I think people have like a lot of things. People have way overreacted. There are people that say, "Oh, he's not the guy. He's Clay Helton. Clay Helton had the exact same record after 22 games. Blah blah blah." Now, I did rip him. Like, for example, the players not talking is a joke.
I don't understand that. Do you like look at it from his side? Is he trying to protect him from tough questions? I mean, one of the reasons you come to USC is, and really the main reason you come to USC if you're a football player, is to prepare you for an NFL experience.
Yes.
To see if you're good enough to play at the next level. Well, if you don't talk after games, win or lose in the NFL, you get the book thrown at you.
Right.
Lincoln Riley thinks he's still in Norman, Oklahoma.
Exactly right. It's like the Mayberry approach to being a head coach in Los Angeles, California.
Smarter than this.
He's not. I mean, remember 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, whatever that was.
Thing? Yeah.
He banned a reporter. Now he's not letting his players talk. Tell me, Caleb.
He skipped his own radio show yesterday.
So
did he really skip his own radio show?
Yeah.
So Ryan Karchi over the weekend wrote that a few days before Saturday's loss, USC wrote in an NLRB filing, which I don't know what that is.
National Labor Relations Board.
Okay, there you go. That
I don't know why I know that.
Yeah, I don't know either. It says that interviews should be looked at as a part of the educational experience offered at USC. We encourage student athletes to make yourself available to the media. That was before Saturday.
Nobody showed that to Lincoln Riley. See, the problem is that they've given Lincoln Riley a dictatorship. They've given him $100 million to be in charge of all things football. So USC and whoever that new AD is, that
Jennifer Cohen.
Yeah, we haven't had on the show yet. Greg, is she turning us down, or have we not asked?
They don't even respond.
Okay, so
the entire university has not responded to us.
Once.
You can do
in 2 years.
You can do that, but you better win
Go
every
ahead.
game.
Reach out to your friend.
Go ahead, reach out to your friends.
No, you can do that. But if you don't win, if you lose all your high-profile games, if you lose to Notre Dame and you lose to Utah, then the media is the only ones talking.
Correct. And by the way, you've done nothing to build up any goodwill. Not that you have to suck up to the media, but you've not made yourself available. You've been very insular. And I think that immediately you're not getting the benefit of the doubt from anybody because of that.
Yeah, and I think the more and more we go into this this era where schools and teams can talk directly to the fans.
Yes.
That the media is being more and more discarded. And I think Lincoln Riley honestly believes that he doesn't want or need the media. He doesn't want him at practice. He doesn't want him at the games. He sure as heck doesn't want to talk to him.
Correct.
Because he knows USC football is big enough where people like you are going to watch every game anyway.
Yeah, no, it's true. But I tell you, I've been at the Coliseum on some pretty empty nights. The crowds have been good this year. People have bought into this thing. And I still think, the idea that once you have 2 losses, just quit, which some people are suggesting with Caleb Williams. And just quit. Just walk away.
Well, okay, let's talk about this for a second.
What? You want to do it next? Because we're right up against
I
it.
think
But
Trudell's
Trudell's-
coming on next.
Yeah,
Okay.
But we can circle back to it if you
Yeah,
like.
let's circle back to it because I want to talk about that Caleb Williams thing, this idea that maybe he should just walk away at this point. In the meantime, we'll do a little Lakers coming up. Plus, John, I texted you my fantasy basketball roster. Last night was the big Mike Trudell.
You did not, so text it to me during the break.
Okay, I will. It is. It's an interesting roster. I don't know if it's a good one, but Trudell is going to give his honest assessment.
Okay.
That's coming up next for you. Mason, Ireland. It is opening night for the Lakers.
Opening
7:10
night.
7:10 ESPN.
All right, let me tell you about ZipRecruiter. If you are hiring, there's only one solution that's been advancing technology for years, and that's ZipRecruiter. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. As my friend Ian Siegel, the inventor of ZipRecruiter, says, they don't leave anything to chance. When you post a job on ZipRecruiter, they send it out to over 100 top job sites. Then their powerful matching technology identifies people with the right skills and experience and invites them to apply for your job. No wonder 4 out of 5 employers, it's actually a little higher than that, 83% of employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 1 day. So if you want to step up your hiring game, give ZipRecruiter a shot. You got nothing to lose because, as I mentioned, right now it's free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. That's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. What are you waiting for? Go to ZipRecruiter.com/LA.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by BBGO.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets?
Yes.
We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the fifth row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free!
Afternoon on 710.
Opening night. It's opening night.
All right, so Ireland, I sent you my fantasy basketball roster. What is your before we bring Trudell in here? What is your initial reaction?
I don't hate it. I actually, you're a little undersized,
Yep,
but I don't hate your team. You have Luka.
yep.
I love Paolo Banchero. I love Scotty Barnes. You just don't have any any big guys.
Well, I like Alpi Sengun and I like Jalen Duran. Those are kind of my big
Duran's
anchor guys.
okay, but I don't know
He's
how many
definitely
points he's going to get.
definitely
I
a starter.
think you need to make a trade for a big guy. That's what I would say, just on first glance.
Okay. Joining us right now is the commissioner of the said basketball, fantasy basketball league, one of the toughest leagues I've ever been in, the great Mike Trudell. Hey, Mike, how are you, man?
Mace, John from a hotel room nearby. It is a pleasure to be with you tonight. Or today, I should say. How you doing?
Mike,
Good,
would
man.
you agree with my first glance assessment that Mason has a solid team, but he's undersized?
Let me just first provide a little context here for Mason, okay, in this fantasy league.
Yeah.
So the big headline, and certainly if Steve is telling the story, is that he won the league in 2021. This was a huge accomplishment. Did he ride Jokic and a couple of great keepers? Yes, but he made the pick nonetheless. It was impressive. I was very proud of Steve.
Thank you.
I said, the challenge is going to be, can you stay on top? Now, last year, Mace finished ninth, and this is closer to the average that he's been. So he joined the league in 2017.
How many teams, Mike?
14.
14 teams.
Okay.
So I had some of our research staff over at True Hoop look into this, and so these are Mace's finishes over the years.
Yes.
12th,
Ooh.
7th, 14th, 8th, 9th, and then the outlier first from last year. Now, having considered Mason's draft, and I agree, Luka, I like that choice. It was the third overall pick. Could have gone with Embiid or Shea or Tatum, but that's fine. Totally fine. Totally get Luka. I may have taken Luka there myself. Mace does have a relationship with Şengün going back to last year when he took him, I thought, rather high. But Şengün, an excellent offensive player, Mace. I like him. Didn't have a problem with that pick either. But from that point on, it's just a very, very young, unproven team. Like we've got, you already mentioned Duran in the 6th. You took Brandon Miller in the 7th. Who knows how productive he's going to be? You got Taylor Hendricks. Who
I
many
love
people probably haven't heard of.
Banchero, Mike. I know I like Banchero more than you do, but I love Banchero.
No, I like Banchero too. Mace got him in the 3rd round, though, which is about the value that you would see him go, like somewhere between the 3rd and the 4th round. So that was fine. It was a keeper. And this is the thing. In the keeper league, you want to try to get plus rounds in when you make a keeper. So let's leave that to the side, though. So then we have Taylor Hendricks in the 10th, James Wiseman in the 11th, Kaysen Wallace in the 13th. We got Micic, the new European player who's going to OKC. So it's a very, very young team, and I worry that just the raw stat production isn't going to be there, especially early in the season. So I would tend to say, Mason, we're looking more towards the bottom of the league. But I hate to say it again, I appreciate the effort. I appreciate that you wanted to talk about it. And I liked how you just couldn't resist a lot of these shiny young toys, hoping that one of them pops.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. I took guys that, now granted, they've got low floors, but they also have high ceilings, right? I mean,
I love Scotty Barnes, Mace. I love Banchero. I think you're solid at forwards. You have Luka. You have an untouchable guard. I'd have to see the rest of the teams, but I don't hate your team. Now, Mike, who is the favorite? If it's not you,
it's Trudell.
All right, but Mike, who's your competition for the top spot?
Well, so Rodrigo Azurmendi, Mace knows in the league, he has been a thorn in my side for the last couple of years. He is the one person that probably pays even closer attention to it than I do.
Wow.
In fact, Mace, you know how I have to input all of the trades and such? Right? If I don't put one in within the course of 20 minutes, I get a text from Rodrigo that says, "Hey, you didn't swap Scotty Barnes in for Mason in round 5."
He is hardcore.
Like, okay,
He's hardcore.
I'm getting to it. So he's up there. Brian Kamenetsky, our friend, has actually been a strong player over the years, and I like Sedano's team heading into this year. The Mason-Sedano rivalry in this league is real. I know they really care about who
I
emerges.
don't think I've ever lost to Sedano.
Hey, Bergman, $10,000 in mythical money that Mason finishes ahead of Sedano.
There you go.
Oh, wow. All right,
that.
I will take. I'm not in the mythical money world, of course, but I will go on the other side of that bet and take Sedano. John, let me do this. I'm going to read you my team now that you know what Mason's is. And just
read
so
me
you
yours,
can
and then I want to
see-
ask you about tonight. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Steph Curry, Miles Turner, Zach LaVine, Jaren Jackson Jr., Anthony Edwards, John Morant, Clint Capella, D'Angelo Russell, Jeremy Sohan, D'Angelo Russell, Jalen Johnson, Naz Reid, Andre Drummond, Peyton Pritchard, Tyus Jones, Bilal Coulibaly.
Bergman, another $10,000 that Trudell wins the whole league.
Yeah, I think that's a hell of a good team, Mike.
Well, I appreciate that,
You
Mace.
might have,
I had Edwards
you might have
and Jackson
Anthony
as
Edwards
keepers.
coming off the bench.
Well,
When John
so I had
Moran-
Edwards as a 6th-round keeper, and that's like Mace had Barnes as a 5th-round keeper. So that's kind of the key. But alas, we'll update you as the year goes on. John has me over Mace. I have Mace over Sedano. But Mace, I do, again, we enjoy having you in the league. You're a strong owner. You never whine or complain, and we appreciate your efforts.
Excellent.
Okay,
Excellent.
now, Trudell, tell me if you agree with what I said at the start of the show about these games this week. The Lakers have 3 really hard games, 2 of them on the road. At Denver tonight, Phoenix Thursday at Crypto, at Sacramento on Sunday. I think they could go 3-0. I think they can go 0-3. But I'm more concerned about how they play than whether or not they win. These teams all had better records than the Lakers last year. The Lakers are the biggest opponent on their schedule. I think these are going to be really hard games, but I'm more concerned about how they look than whether or not they win. You agree or disagree?
John, let me go in inverse order of these 3 games here. I have Sacramento as clearly the biggest fall-off team from last year.
Okay.
So, yes, they were the 3 seed, but if you look at it, if you take my thought out of it, Vegas has them as the 9th best team in the West. There's a couple reasons for this. One, they were literally the healthiest team in like the last 20 years last year.
Yeah.
Almost all of their starters played over 75 games. So that was part of it. First year, Mike Brown getting everybody to go defensively. I think that drops off a little bit as well. Sabonis can't hold up defensively inside. So I don't see them near that same tier as the 3 best teams in the West, which to me are the Lakers and the 2 teams they played this week, John. So Phoenix, I like Phoenix to actually win the most regular season games this year if they stay healthy. And what people don't talk about, we always hear about LeBron and AD and the injuries. Well, Durant, Booker, and Bradley Beal have actually missed around the same number of games over these last 2-3 seasons. And Beal is already going to be out tonight's game. That will have an impact on Thursday, so I kind of want to wait and see if he's playing. But I do like them a lot. The thing about Denver, John, and you've covered how many Lakers seasons now, going back
Way
before
too
I even
many,
got to LA.
Mike. I've lost count.
So we know the Lakers have 17 titles, and so therefore they've had the target on their back, specifically in the seasons after, trying to repeat. This is Denver's first title. They've never been on this side of the street before, and being hunted is different unless you can add a bunch of talent like the Warriors added Durant, right, a couple of years ago. Denver got worse, and to me, less so than I'm not going to poke holes at Jokic or their starting 5. It's great. I just think it's really difficult to maintain that level of night-to-night brilliance when everybody else is coming after you, and I think the Lakers know that probably better than the Nuggets. So how does that apply to tonight's game? Not as much, especially since, with all of this nonsense, the Lakers and the Nuggets and the trash talk. To me, John, it's more about what does this 5-out system do to Jokic. That's the biggest shift in the Lakers from last year. Take the personnel differences aside. They're going to have AD outside the three-point line doing dribble handoffs and setting screens. They're trying to get Jokic away from that anchor spot in the middle of the paint, just like he anchored Mason's fantasy championship team a couple years ago. You have to get him out to the perimeter. That's what the Warriors did when they beat him. So I think that's the major difference, and I'm very curious to see how that plays out, John. The result is one thing. Yes, it is important, but how that impacts the way the Lakers look to me is the more interesting thing.
So how do you think Phoenix is going to be? I mean, you throw 3 big stars together on the roster. It doesn't necessarily. We found out it doesn't necessarily add up to championship. What do you think of them?
I like Phoenix a lot. I mean, the one thing, though, that Mace that I did not like the shift between Aiden and Nurkic. If you guys watched it, and I know you did, Mace and John, AD absolutely murdered Nurkic in that preseason game. Nurkic has no shot at this point of staying there and kind of impeding what the Lakers want to do at the rim. I understand the reasons that they did it, but they just lose some of the rim protection. They lose some of the fluidity and just the size. And I thought that Frank Vogel was going to be able to get more out of him than Williams had last year. He, of course, Monty Williams not being in Detroit. So, I'm not, Mason, as worried about the rest of the roster. I think they have plenty of good players. Guys that people don't talk a lot about, like Keita Bates-Diop and Drew Eubanks, Eric Gordon, Nasir Little, even Chimezie Metu from the Kings. I like all those guys as those kind of vet min to mid-level players, and they just have to get decent health out of Durant, Booker, and Beal, and they should win a ton of games. So in a playoff series, I think that the Lakers can attack them because they don't have a lot in the middle. But in terms of like the actual regular season, I think they're going to be so explosive offensively that they win a lot of games.
All right. Hey, Mike, have a great opening night. Thank you for the – I believe I will be a top 5 team in our fantasy league.
Okay.
Because, you know,
Okay,
I'm a great
that's confident.
in-season general manager. I'm really good.
Well, okay, that's a little flattering, but look, if you want to feel that way, Mace, I like the energy, I like the attitude. I'm just going to go ahead and bet the under on that.
Okay, all right. Hey, have a great opening night, man.
All right, guys, good to hear from you.
See you, Mike.
Yeah, he hated my team.
I didn't hate your team.
I was very reachy. Reached for guy. Like Alpi Sengun. Is he a second rounder?
Yeah,
I think he
he's
probably
a good player,
is.
and he's going to put up numbers in Houston because someone has to.
Yeah.
But you're undersized, and he's loaded. Compared
That
to
team
you.
was fantastic. I did not realize he did that well. Top 5 is a goal. Top 5 is a goal. Bergman, you've got your head down. You've got Jen.
You guys are talking to Judell. I was just kind of sitting down, trying to catch my breath a little bit.
So Bergman apparently ate no dinner last night. John.
Didn't eat anything.
Didn't eat anything.
Yes.
Why?
It just didn't work out.
How
The
does
food
dinner
got in.
not work out?
So I'm trying to save money, so
Yeah.
I didn't want to order Grubhub. I just didn't have much in my fridge that I wanted to
Is it like
eat.
a hunger strike?
No, it just didn't work out. And by the time I actually got hungry around 9, I didn't want to eat that late, so I went to bed.
You got to manage your life better, man.
I'm normally perfectly fine.
You really are?
Yesterday
you were
was
super grumpy.
No, you were grumpy.
You were grumpy.
I was fine.
happy.
No,
I had a very happy day.
The first thing you said when you got on the air, Bergman pissed me off this morning.
Yeah, no, you did piss me off.
You know why, John? Because I said that Caleb Williams should shut it down.
Oh, wait, let's talk about that next.
Yeah, let's talk about
Yeah,
quitting.
because that's a very interesting subject.
We'll talk about quitting coming up, and we'll spin the wheel of questions. Short show today as we lead up to Lakers versus Nuggets. 3 o'clock starts the pregame. Hey, you know what we forgot to mention? Fifth Row Fridays this week. So there will be a question from each show we do this week. If you know the answers to all 5 of those and call in Friday at 3:30.
For example, it could be, this isn't necessarily what it is,
Right.
but it could be, who did Mason take with the 3rd pick in his fantasy draft?
There you go.
There it is.
So it can be anything from the stuff we say today, and the prize. Oh, this prize. Seats in the 5th row for the Lakers-Orlando game on, I think it's Sunday, right? Is it Sunday, October 30th? Monday.
Yeah, we're in Sacramento, and then it's second night of a back-to-back we play here on Monday.
There you go. That's when it's for. So, and by the way, all presented by BBGO, the official game day snack of the Los Angeles Lakers. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, very excited to talk about a new part. Wearable cryotherapy. No matter where you're sore, shoulders, elbows, your back, your knees, iSpot Active has a treatment for you. They sell compression shirts and pants with pockets that hold ice-cold, form-fitting gel packs. Go to that website, iSpotActive.com. You'll see that Hall of Famer James Worthy swears by this stuff. You put on these compression shirts or pants, and you just go about your day. No more driving to the cryo place. No more ice packs on your knees or shoulders. I just put this stuff on, and 20 minutes later, I feel better. You can start feeling better today at iSpotActive.com.
Lakers.
All right, guys, it's officially back. 5th Row Fridays presented by BBGO.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. 5th row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, Give me Laker tickets.
Yes.
We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the 5th row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free! Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app and bam!
Download the ESPN LA app at the App Store and Google Play.
On the radio, Mason and Ireland here each weekday, 1 to 4 p.m. You know what it's time for? What is this? It's time for Wheel of Questions. Producer Brian Cohen, are you ready with that wheel? Hit it, Jack.
All right, here we go. Let's see, John. What do we got? I didn't really cue you up, but it's your wheel today.
Oh, okay. Here. Well, I threw a bunch of stuff on here.
Okay, good.
If you were able to throw a party and money was no issue, all right, you can do anything you want at this party.
Yep.
What kind of party would you throw? Give me 3 things you would do if money was no issue.
Money was no issue. All right, I'm going to take everybody to Nobu out in Malibu for a big meet the celebrities kind of thing.
All right,
It's
what
expensive.
happens after that?
Then we would go. Oh, you're talking about an entire evening.
Yeah, no, see, I think you're missing the question here. If you're like, for example, if I would throw my party at the Sphere.
Okay.
'cause
Oh, that's
I love
good.
the Sphere.
Sure.
All right, and then I would hire Pink to play at the party.
Oh.
Okay, because
Yeah,
Pink's
that'd be
really
great.
fun.
Yep.
And you could have a big party, and then I would have David Slay, my guy who owns 4
Sure.
restaurants in Manhattan Beach, cater the party. Those are that's my example of what I would do.
That's really good.
I
Bergman?
thought for you,
Yeah.
Mace, you would have, and I've been to parties like this.
Yep.
You would enjoy them more than me. I thought you would have a cannabis bar.
Oh, that's a good idea. It's like, yeah, that's a very good idea. Cannabis
then
bar.
you-
I've actually been to a party with a cannabis bar.
So have I.
Yeah. Have you?
Yeah. I didn't partake, but you would have. It
Yeah,
was
I
very
totally,
successful.
I totally partook when I was invited to a party with a cannabis bar. Cannabis bar is a
All right,
very good idea.
Bergman, you're throwing a party, and I get the bill. You never
You
see
get
the
the
bill.
bill.
All right, so money is no, and I tell you, spend whatever you want. Don't worry, cost is no issue. Give me 3 elements of your party.
All right, so we're gonna go to SoFi Stadium.
Oh, have it there.
Yeah, have it there.
You don't know 80,000 people. How are you going to
It
invite that
does.
many
You didn't
people?
say I had where it would be. I know I can
Just a
find
big
80,000
empty,
people.
big empty
Okay.
stadium.
I can just make a flyer and throw it
If
out.
I were you, I would have it at. Is it still called Bank of California Stadium?
BMO.
BMO. I would have it at BMO. That's a tighter venue. But go ahead. It's your part.
I went to SoFi. I'm going to get 80,000 people by throwing flyers everywhere across Los Angeles. And everyone will come to a corporate Greg party.
Yeah,
I think
everyone
would
Big.
show. It wouldn't even take a minute. Everybody would be there.
Yeah.
I'm going to have the world's best bartender. I don't know who that is, but I'm going to find the world's best bartender that's the most expensive
I make a
bartender.
good martini.
Not you. Someone that is actually knows what they're doing. And then I will have the world's greatest sushi chef come in and make sushi for everybody.
Okay.
All right, Brian.
All 80,000 people.
The pride of Humboldt State. What say you?
Yeah, I think I'd rent out Dodger Stadium.
Nice.
That's where I'd host it.
Yep.
I'd probably have a little combination of like an Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg performance with also a comedy aspect of it.
Yeah.
And then for my third thing, it would be somehow set up the batting cages at home plate. Have Kershaw pitch to us. Yeah, there we go.
Excellent.
That's
idea. Excellent. By the way, Ice Cube, fantastic at halftime with O'Shea Jackson Jr. Sunday at SoFi. They were great. That is the most engaged I've seen the stadium. They do a lot of halftime stuff, but that's the most engaged I've seen the stadium. Nobody went to the concession stands. Everybody stood there.
Oh, that's
awesome. Performed with Shea and with his dad. It was a great day. So, all right, there's your wheel of question. I would tie in, you know what I think? We get to do lots of really cool, neat things, that cost a lot of money. So I would say, getting people into a really super fancy restaurant like Nobu would be an excellent choice and then you choose an act, somebody to perform, kind of some loungy stuff, and then and you get your cannabis bar. I think that's.
By the way, I know we're not going to have any crosstalk today because we're rolling right into Lakers. But did Cappy say anything about the Sphere?
He said it was amazing. Yeah, he said it was amazing.
He went on Friday.
Yeah.
He went on Friday.
He couldn't even put it into words how amazing.
I talked to our friend Tom Russo today, who's the executive producer of Frasier. He was there, I guess, on opening night and was just blown away. Everybody wants to send pictures afterwards. Look
it's
at this,
unbelievable.
look at that. Yeah, it's really. I cannot wait. We're seeing it in December. There's apparently. U2 is going to extend their run January and February. I don't know how many shows or what the dates are, but they're definitely extending their run.
I will say it again. If you're looking to buy somebody a Christmas present and you don't know what to get them, if you get them tickets to see U2 at the Sphere, they will remember it forever. It is not cheap.
Yep.
Although one of our listeners said last week they just drove out to Vegas and kept their eye on the secondary market, like StubHub and stuff, and they got in for under $200.
Yeah, so it's possible. And by the way, you mentioned Darren Aronofsky has made a film and Darren Aronofsky is the guy that made Black Swan.
Yeah, very successful director.
Really, Requiem for a Dream, which is one of the most creepy, terrifying movies of all time. And he made a movie for it, and it's showing at the Sphere, and that's got to be cheaper than seeing U2, right?
I would think, yeah.
I got a question for you, John. So I have a problem with some of those things. I go to Disneyland, all the shining lights and everything coming at me gets me dizzy. I can't handle it. Is that what the Sphere would be like for me? Because it's everywhere.
No.
It's all around you at all times.
No, I do not think it would bother you. I think you would be blown away by it. You feel like you're in a changing. I mean, every song they change the lights. So some songs are just the band playing on stage with minimal lights, and other shows are Other songs are huge. I can't imagine anybody would be dizzy or disoriented by the Sphere. I think they have completely nailed. Ask Cappy, he'll give you a second opinion, but I think they've completely nailed it. Everybody we walked out with was raving.
Yeah. I don't know anybody who's seen it that hasn't said just blows their mind.
Yeah.
So
all right, so hey, I want to ask you guys about this Caleb Williams.
Yes,
you guys talked about it yesterday.
Yes, we did.
There is somebody, I'm trying to remember who it is. I think it's
Emmanuel Acho,
who says Caleb Williams should shut it down. And let me start by saying I understand the argument. I understand what Caleb has to lose if he continues to play, but he can also get insurance. That's something you can do in 2023.
Right.
Insurance against injury. I just don't. Football players play.
Yeah.
I just don't have. I understand the logic of sitting him. I understand that is quote unquote the safe thing to do, and some people would even say the smart thing to do. But Caleb Williams is a football player. He came to USC to play football. He's only going to play at USC for 2 years. He only plays 12 games. if it's me, I'm not giving those games up. I'm playing.
Thank you.
Greg, you feel differently?
Yeah, Greg's got the other side of this.
No, not as much as you think. My whole point was that after one more loss, so 3 losses is when I would do it. So if they lose one more time, then I would shut them down. Because if you lose again, it's in conference, you're not going to the Pac-12 championship game, so you have absolutely nothing to play for. So if you lose one more time, you shut it down because the worst thing that's happened, John, is that in the last 3 weeks, he's been sacked 14 times.
Yeah.
So his offensive line is absolutely horrendous.
Yeah, his offensive line's terrible.
So he's going if he's going to get injured, it's going to get injured that way, where he gets hit in somewhere that's going to cause some problems. So why, if after one more loss, why would you put your body at risk when you're definitely going to be the number one pick?
People in the world to quit. We don't teach quitting. Quitting is not a thing. You don't quit.
What is he? He's been at USC for probably a total of 1 year.
You can't say, okay, we've lost 3 games, I quit.
Well,
he's saving himself for the NFL draft.
Didn't both of the Boses quit?
I don't know the answer to that.
I think they were both.
He
at
pointed
Ohio
out Miles Jack quitted, but
he was already injured. But he probably could have come back and he decided, nope, I'm done.
If Caleb suffers an injury and he's playing through injury and he wants to shut it down, that's one thing. But if he's healthy, I mean, I would go to USC so I could play in the games.
Yeah.
I mean, ask Matt Leinart, ask Carson Palmer, ask anybody who's ever played quarterback at USC. It just doesn't get any better than that.
It's different because those guys had an offensive line and running backs that were really good, and they were in every single game. They were trying to go for national
Palmer's
championship.
First year, Greg, he was 6-6.
Yeah, but that first year he played 4 years, so it was a little. It was.
That's what I'm saying. I would value every one of those game days.
What more? I guess the point is, what more does he have to prove? Because
he just has to finish the job.
No, because his numbers will just go down with all the sacks. His numbers are already starting to go down.
And no matter what, he's the number 1 overall pick in the draft.
Yes, most likely he's the number 1 overall pick. So why risk an injury if after another loss? Why risk another injury when you can just get together with a trainer and be ready for the draft and go do your pro day? That's all that's going to matter.
Couldn't I argue that
you can argue anything?
Well, couldn't I argue that he could get injured at practice? He could get injured doing anything. I mean, you can't protect against football injury.
You have the red jerseys in practice at least.
Right, but you can't protect against it. I mean, I'll come over to your side on this one point. If he suffers an injury and he's playing hurt, go ahead and shut it down. But if he's not, if he's healthy, I think it's disingenuous to USC fans, to USC alumni, to people that I mean,
have invested time and money in the program.
Mason, you're in this. To a degree. No, but SC sets his mood for the week.
That is true.
Mason, yes.
Yeah, SC and the Rams set Mason's mood for the week, and there are thousands of USC alums and supporters who are in that boat, and they want to see USC compete at the highest level. Great players love to compete, and Caleb's a great player. I'd be really disappointed in him if he shuts it down.
I would be very disappointed if he quit. I would be very disappointed. And by the way, this is not necessarily something that's actually being considered. It was something suggested by Emmanuel Acho, but I don't know that Caleb Williams is actually considering shutting it down.
What's to stop him from saying like, "Oh, my leg is hurt or my arm is hurt. I am going through an injury,"
you can
fake an injury and
quit.
just say, and he can absolutely do that. What would you say? He's like, "Oh, well, he's injured. I understand."
Well, if he
says he's injured, you understand.
If he says he's injured, I wouldn't want him to go out there injured.
Okay. So they lose again.
I wouldn't want anybody to go out there injured.
Let's say they lose to Cal.
They're not going to lose to Cal.
No, I don't think they're going to lose.
Move on to the next one. It's Washington.
Washington. If they lose to Washington.
Yeah. You go out there and
Greg,
you play at Autzen Stadium.
Greg, let me come at this a different way. If it was you, okay, you're Caleb Williams.
Okay. I'm already making $10 million a year.
Correct. You're getting huge NIL money.
Yeah.
You don't want to play. Okay, let's say they do lose. The unthinkable happens, and they lose to Cal. You don't want to play against Washington. You don't want to play against UCLA. You don't want to play against Oregon. I would jump at those chances.
I'm looking forward to the future and how I'm going to make probably $500 billion with $500 million.
You can have your cake and eat it too.
It's not mutually exclusive.
Right.
If you talk to any pro athlete, even the Laker players who I'm around all the time, they will tell you the college experience was the best time of their life, man. Those games.
I wouldn't want to risk myself getting injured when I can
So
go
you
do all
would
that.
quit.
If you were
in
good enough to play
in
in
the
a
pros.
USC UCLA football game, you would pass because you'd be worried about getting hurt.
If I'm going to make $500 million in the pros next year, and also
He's going to make it no matter what.
He's going to
be the number one pick overall.
I understand that, but if I'm going to go play in the pros, I'm not going to risk getting hurt for a school that I just got to and I only came to because Lincoln Riley was there. It's at that point I don't have a connection to this. I'm not from Los Angeles. I think he's from like Baltimore or something like that, and he has no connection to here besides coming with Lincoln Riley to be here.
Right.
Now that you have 3 losses and you're getting beat down every single game, getting sacked 6 times a game, I'm going.
First of all, they're not getting beat down every single game.
He's
lost by a point.
14 sacks in 3 games. He's getting hit hard.
No,
and I don't even know what his knockdowns are.
Hit. He got hit last year. He actually got injured at one point last year towards the end of the year. That's honestly real. If he's injured, I don't think he should play. If he's healthy, I think he should play. And I would be disappointed. I think it would actually.
Greg, would you say the same thing about, because it's starting to bleed into basketball, would you have been disappointed if Jaime Jaquez just quit in the middle of the season last year?
If they were out, if they could not get into the tournament.
Who cares? He's just protecting himself for the pros.
You didn't let me finish. If they were out of the tournament, they could not get into the NCAA tournament, I'd be okay with it.
I'd
be okay with it.
But the Washington game, the Oregon game, the UCLA game,
these
those
are big
games
games.
mean something.
It's big for the fans. It's not big for him. He is not
How do you
from
know
here.
that?
I'm sure they're probably important to him, but going to the pros and playing it against regular teams and for a Super Bowl, that's more important.
Mace, I disagree with him, but most professional people would take Greg's side in this. You and I are selfishly want to watch him play because he's such a great player, and you're a USC fan, so you want USC to compete at the highest level. But the argument Greg is making is being made by agents all over the country. Right now.
I mean, and if you think about that, everybody once they get 2 losses should quit. What's the point, right?
Well,
why even bother playing? Like UCLA has 2 losses, right?
Yeah, they do.
Why bother?
Well, because they have a freshman quarterback.
But I mean, don't they have any players that are going to be in the draft that can sit down and take the rest of the year off?
But they also need to play so they can get drafted higher. Caleb can't go any higher.
Right.
He's at the highest he can go.
He's right. Bergman's right. But it is an interesting subject.
It is.
I just wouldn't sit out.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't happen. And by the way, there's no indication. Well, who knows? I mean.
Yeah, nobody.
Lincoln Riley doesn't talk.
They don't talk. Either does Caleb.
He doesn't let anybody. Freddie Prinze Jr. tweets, or actually texted me, said, Greg is soft. I agree with Freddie. All right, gonna do some What's Up, Fool coming up next. Bergman and Brian are gonna throw stuff at us. We got Game of Games next hour, and don't forget, 3 o'clock, Lakers pregame. It is opening night. Lakers at Denver, 710 ESPN.
All right.
Lakers basketball is back.
Crowd chanting defense.
All right, guys, it's officially back. 5th Row Fridays presented by BBGO.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. 5th row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets?
Yes.
We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the 5th row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free!
Return of $1 Million Mondays.
$1 Million Mondays.
Your chance to win $1 million from 710 ESPN.
Listen every Monday this football season for your chance at $1 million. $1 Million Mondays
Presented by Hollywood Park Casino. Eat, drink, play.
Listen every Monday to 710 ESPN. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7. Give us your Super Bowl prediction, both teams and the final score, and you could be winning $1 million this football season on LA's $1 million mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app. And bam!
Download the ESPN LA app at the App Store and Google Play.
.710 ESPN, KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Listen to Mason and Ireland more at 1 p.m.
And yes, it's around 2:45 in the Southland. You know what we do each weekday at 2:45. What's up, fool? And we've been very excited that What's Up, Fool is made possible by our friends at Dos Hombres. In fact, we've got a special guest voice. Take it away, guest voice.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
Look at that. How do I follow that? I don't. So I simply say, take it away, Corporate Greg.
Thanks, Morales. All right, so according to Adam Schefter, Jerry Jones is willing to make a move to improve the Dallas Cowboys before the trade deadline. That makes total sense. But he says he doesn't plan on initiating talks with other teams. Why would he not? If he wants to improve the team, and just like the Eagles brought in that Kevin Byard from Tennessee,
yep.
Why would he not even initiate talks? Is this because he thinks the Cowboys are the greatest thing in the world because they've been so successful in the
weird
playoffs?
That is an odd stance to take. I don't think you're doing your job unless you're making those calls. I think you got to be calling everybody all the time.
Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't make calls, take calls. Like I'm trying to figure out.
He's going to take them, but he's not going to start them.
What are the Rams going to do at 3 and 4? Are they going to add? They don't have anybody to get rid of, but they've obviously got draft capital. Do they look to add somebody for this year, or do they just say we're going with what we got?
The only thing, the line has not been horrible, right?
The offensive line is middle of the pack, like maybe 15 or 16.
That's the only thing where I would say you can improve a little bit. I don't think the Rams are a Super Bowl team this year, so I would hang on to my draft capital.
Yeah, I would too. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing some tinkering around the edges. Like, obviously, they cut Brent Maher today, who last week I said to DeMarco, I'm nervous every time he kicks. Missed 3 kicks in that game on Saturday. Now we got some guy named Wivslitz.
Yeah, that kid is from Southern California, though. I think
he's from Norco High.
Yeah.
Riverside, right?
Yes.
What's his official name? His official name.
or his actual name. Either one would work.
His official name, yeah. It's
I have it right here.
Lucas Havrasik.
Havrasik from the
Havrasik! Get in there!
What's up, fool?
Have you guys seen the Baseball United?
No.
Well, yesterday they had their inaugural draft.
Okay.
It is a pro baseball league that is going to start in Dubai, and they're starting with 4 teams. And the first overall pick was the Indian pitcher Karan Patel, taken first overall yesterday. Plays on the White Sox minor league team.
Okay.
And a couple of these other names you will know that got drafted in the first round.
Okay.
Wait a minute, hey, Brian, do you know is that one of the Indian guys from $1 Million Arm?
Oh, that I'm not sure. I know he was the first Indian player drafted in the MLB in 2017.
Yeah, I think that might be one of the pitchers from. I don't know if you guys saw the John Hamm movie, $1 Million Arm.
Yeah.
But I think that might be one of those 2 kids that they brought over from India.
Okay, yeah, he was the #1 overall draft pick, and right behind him, Robinson Cano, 50-year-old Bartolo Colon, Didi Gregorius, the Angels, Alderton Simmons, Pablo Sandoval. So my question to you guys here is, the league is being backed right now by Barry Larkin and the front-runner face of it, Mariano Rivera. Does this have any legs to kind of run for future players right now in the MLB to kind of transfer over?
It's a really good question.
Is this a Mace? Is this a Saudi money grab?
This is the Saudis. This is Dubai-based professional baseball league.
Yeah, so it's the equivalent of going to the Live Golf Tour, right?
Right, that's what I kind of thought of.
It's kind of like witness protection. Now, some of these guys, I mean, Robbie Cano, did you say he's 50 years old?
No, Bartolo Colon's 50 years old.
And
yeah.
is he
drafted in the first round.
I'm sure they're going to do something. There's no media. I mean, I guess they'll stream it on Facebook. I just can't imagine there's a market for this. Is it off season? Is it Is it against our season?
So yeah, they're going to do a tournament with the 4 teams, an all-star tournament that they're calling it in November, and then next year in 2024 they're going to start their first season and they're going to look to add another 4 teams.
I will watch it. 0.
Yeah,
Ireland, will you watch it?
No, I don't think I will.
It's going to stream on Twitter.
Yeah, like the Live Golf League started that way.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a money grab. If guys want to do it, I won't begrudge them. Just like I didn't begrudge the Live golfers, but I probably won't watch it.
What's up, Foo?
All right, guys, we changed the little subject a little bit. We had breaking news in California today. They joined they're suing Meta. California has joined New York and Meta.
And Meta's
Meta,
Facebook,
like Mark Zuckerberg,
Instagram,
Meta?
Facebook.
Okay.
And they're claiming that they knowingly are endangering people's mental health, especially the youth.
Mm-hmm.
And so my question to you guys is, at what age should somebody be allowed to join social media? Because now I know my niece is on it. She's like 11 years old, and I think that's too young.
About 23.
Yeah, I would say about 43. Yeah, and by the way, this is a weird stance to take. I completely agree that social media screws up kids, but I don't think Meta should be sued over it. Because it's our choice whether or not we engage in social media. No one's got a gun to our head saying that we have to do it. I think it's overly negative, and I hate it because when I'm on it too much, it puts me in a negative headspace. But it's my choice whether or not to go on it. So I don't think Meta should be sued. Mace, do you?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be a kid today. I think it must be terrible. Because, imagine all the high school drama playing out on social media. So-and-so likes you. Oh, no, I don't like. Oh, they're a whatever. It's like, it's got to be like terrible back and forth and nasty.
Think about this. With AI, I could do a video of you doing something that you absolutely did not do, but it would look just like you.
Yes.
And in high school, that's what people do.
Sure.
They take advantage of other people and do stupid stuff because they're not old enough yet.
Yep.
So I'll be anxious to see, Brian, how this lawsuit turns out. I wonder if Meta would even consider settling it. But I wouldn't. If I was on the jury, I wouldn't, unless they presented evidence that I'm not thinking of. It's my choice whether or not to go on Facebook or to go on social media. So I can't. I mean, unless I was required to be on it, then I don't think I have a case.
What's up, Foo?
I got one more for you guys here.
Okay.
Laura sent this in the group chat about the worst places to take your first date, and Stephen A. tweeted it out again today.
I saw this list. Yeah, this is a great list.
So the first place you should never take a first date they have listed is Cheesecake Factory, followed by Applebee's, and Chili's. Are you guys ever, are you taking a first date there? Is there something wrong with that?
I did not take her there on a first date, but Lisa and I, when we lived in San Diego, used to go to Chili's a lot.
Chili's is great.
I love Chili's.
Why is that a bad thing for a first date?
Or Cheesecake Factory. I don't know. I don't
Cheesecake Factory. I don't like Cheesecake Factory. Their menu's too big. It's like a phone book. I don't.
True.
Whenever I see that many items on the menu, I'm like, well, you can't be good at all of those. You can't be good at all of the. Tell me which ones you're really good at. The specials. I don't want to go to the last page of the menu and pick something out. Yeah, there's a bunch of kind of mid-level restaurants are tagged in this thing, John. Chili's, Applebee's,
Red Lobster.
Red Lobster is another one.
I like Red Lobster.
Red Lobster's good. I love a good hush puppy. By the way, movies is on the list. Starbucks is on the list. Like, there are a bunch of things on the list that I think, a movie is a perfectly good first date. You have something to you go to the movie, and then you watch it, and then afterwards you talk about it at dinner. Yeah, or over drinks. Like, that's a great thing. But anyway, the list is floating around, and, John, the women, according to Stephen A., are very, very particular about first dates.
What's up, fool?
All right, so I just want to do one more
Yeah.
because I saw an update on this. But did you hear Chris Mad Dog Russo yesterday before Game 6?
No, I did not.
So I'm going to play it for you.
Okay.
He has doubled down on this.
Okay.
20 minutes ago, he doubled down.
To make a long story short, I've been wrong in Arizona from day one. I'm stunned to beat Milwaukee. I thought they'd get swept by the Dodgers. I never thought they'd even go back to Philly for a Game 6. I'll try it one more time. I would not be stunned if they won tonight. I would be floored. And I'll say this right now. I'll say this right now. And Bob Raceman, write it down. If they win the next 2 days, they win the next 2 games, and win this series in 7 games, if they win, I will retire on the spot.
So he says he will retire if they win Game 7 tonight. Not only first of all, he's lying, but second of all, 23 minutes ago on his Twitter account, he said, I stand by my promise. So if the Diamondbacks lose, does Russo retire from everything?
Absolutely not.
No way.
There's no way, but it's a good bet.
Yeah, it's a bit.
It's a good bit. Yeah,
He'll have to do something like when I did years and years ago. I was on the pregame show with Dave Miller. I said, if the Lakers lose this game in Cleveland, I think I would walk home from Cleveland. And the Lakers lost, and I ended up doing I couldn't walk home from Cleveland. I ended up doing a walk for Autism Speaks, and I raised $45,000. He'll do something like that. He'll do something that makes him kind of pay a penalty, but no way does he completely retire. And if he does, he'll come out of retirement in like a year.
I don't want the guy to retire. He's a national treasure. Is he a national treasure?
To you guys.
I like Mad Dog.
Yeah, I love Mad Dog.
So go Phillies.
Yes, go Diamondbacks. I want Arizona to win. Arizona, Texas. By the way, I saw this. It came through in the Mafia. If you go to the list of Houston Astros owners and executives on Wikipedia, the owner is listed as Adolis Garcia, 2023 ALCS. It's awesome.
Sad but true.
All right, Beto's here. We're going to talk a little bit with Beto, and the NBA season opens tonight. Who's a contender? Who's a pretender? We'll get into that coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app. And bam!
Download the ESPN LA app at the App Store and Google Play.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by BBGO.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets?
Yes.
We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the fifth row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free!
app and your chance to hear Lakers basketball in the palm of your hand. And one extra thing not to forget, the Lakers postgame show hosted by Beto Duran tips off for the season tonight after the game, where you can talk to Beto. He'll take all your phone calls. We want more reaction on the postgame show. Right now, we want more of Mason and Ireland, your Tuesday on 710.
Yeah, I'm just talking to Beto here. He asked me how long it takes me to get home from a Rams game. I said 30 minutes.
No way.
I'm home in 30 minutes.
How do you get out of the lot that fast?
I was going to say, I don't even get out of the parking lot in 30
Orange lot, Pinkay, out to whatever that.
To Prairie.
To Prairie, and then straight shot to the 90.
But you don't stay to the end of the game then?
Yes.
No, you don't.
I swear to God.
No, you don't.
It's not. If you're in the orange, by the way, if this is a little tip. If you're in the orange lot, you're in really good shape. That's the lot you want to be in.
Yeah, but you got to run to your ticket.
I didn't
I mean, run from your seat.
Didn't run from my seat.
Yeah, right.
No, didn't.
No, next time, why don't you go live? We want to see this.
I will go live.
Yeah,
I
30
will go
minutes
live.
all the way
Sure,
to your
30
palatial
minutes
state.
all the way. You do an Instagram live from the stadium to my house?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I want to see you stuck on Prairie like everybody else.
Not stuck on Prairie.
Rich people, huh? You guys have your own lanes.
Has nothing to do with rich. Has to do with smart.
That's the John Ireland way. You just pay a guy to move out of the way.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you pay a guy to give you a really good point.
Exactly.
What up, Irish? Congratulations on another season to you, by the way.
I can't wait. Are you excited? I mean, this is going to be a great
This is
game
your
tonight.
first night, right?
It's my first night. I'm here 8 hours early. Yeah, it's 'cause I don't have to be here till the halftime. Actually, first quarter. But anyways, no, I'm excited for it, John. The more reading I've been doing about this team, and it's not because I'm part of the broadcast with you or anything like that. No, they're just a good team. Mind you, again, if everybody stays healthy, yes. But John, we talked about it a lot at the end of every game. D'Angelo Russell looks so freaking good during the preseason because he knows his role. When you're 27 years old and people just kind of write you off a little bit, got that chip on your shoulder, and the way he's been passing, and Darvin Ham's second season, you know me, I'm never the one who's optimistic on teams. I'm really happy with the way the Lakers progressed in preseason.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I think they're going to win tonight. I looked at the props for tonight, and I put in a 4-leg parlay, $10,000 mythical dollars.
I love your parlay, but I can't bet on NBA stuff, but I love your parlay.
KCP over 1.5 3-pointers. I like that.
Okay.
Austin Reeves over 15. He's going to score more than 15.
Like
D'Angelo
that.
Russell over 13.5. Come on. And AD over 23.5. I think the Lakers are going to have a really, really good night.
Yeah, they're 5-point dogs from what I saw.
Is it 5-point dogs?
Yeah. And, ring night. The Anthony Davis one, it's right around there.
Yeah.
Yeah. D'Angelo, I think that's the one where I'm a little worried about because he's going to have more assists than I think we're going to give him credit for.
Yeah.
He's really facilitating well, so it'll be good.
Interesting. Trudell said they're going to drag Jokic out beyond the arc. AD is going to drag him out beyond the arc and get him out from under the basket. So it'll be interesting to see strategically how that works. John, I've got from The Athletic, and Beto, from The Athletic, the contenders, according to their power rankings. They have got a total of 6 teams in the first tier. Who do you think is there, John? Who do you think is there, Beto?
All right, Denver
is
Boston.
1. Boston's 3.
Milwaukee.
2.
Phoenix.
6.
Lakers.
4.
And I'm missing one. Who am we missing, Beto? Boston, Milwaukee, Lakers, Denver, Phoenix. Clippers or Golden State, Beto? What do you think?
Golden State.
Golden State is the right answer. Yeah, Clippers on tier 2.
Right there. You still have some questions with them.
Yeah, right there. They're on the brink of contention, according to The Athletic. Miami, Sacramento, and the Clippers.
The Clippers are really good if they stay healthy. They just never stay healthy.
Well, and if they...
And starting next year, they're going to have a lot of toilets.
A lot of toilets.
Toilets!
A record-breaking number of toilets
That facility
available.
is going to be amazing.
It is going to be. I drove by it
every
last
single
week.
time you drive by.
It is an impressive-looking
Beto,
building
do you
from
think
the
the
outside.
media room will be bigger than a closet?
Bomber knows what's up. Because poor AB, the legendary AB at...
AB Jackson the Greatest.
Yeah. The thing is... nobody cares what the media is complaining about. But as long as they keep the Uncrustables there, we're good.
Yeah, the Uncrustables are money.
Yeah, but the workroom gone. I mean, it all makes sense. Nobody cares.
Have
about us.
you've been over there?
I went the other day, put one foot in,
are you
one foot out.
going on Thursday?
Yeah, I'm going on Thursday.
I'll be very anxious to hear your review.
You're gonna walk in and you're gonna whoa, because it used to be huge, and now you just see. I'll be quiet.
Does that little patio club still exist, or is it now a different club?
It's still there.
Still there?
It's to the left.
Still there, but you can't get in.
No, Jay Moore is going to let me into the patio club Thursday night.
Okay.
Thanks, Jay.
Get in line.
You think so?
Jay Moore holds court.
He does.
Now in the media room.
He does.
So all the sources are coming from
anymore.
there. He did
Not anymore.
No, he
Nobody
did.
can
No,
hold
he was.
court.
No, he was there at the last preseason game, John.
But you don't think it's too small to hold court?
It is. He's going to have to move people over to the patio place.
Yeah, I want to check out the patio.
It's like when
place.
Sterling used to bring all his employees into the Chickern press room.
Club Sterling.
Club Sterling.
Oh,
Look,
that's right.
everybody, look, my ice cream machine. Hey.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Now, I'm excited for this season. I'm excited in part because my other two teams got wiped out. USC lost on Saturday. Now the best possible scenarios, 2 losses in the Rose Bowl. The Rams 3-4. The NFC is really a mess. 3-4 isn't necessarily out of it. I heard Travis saying earlier he thinks 8 wins might get there. I think the Rams are going to be 8 wins,
Right around
which
there.
is going to be like exactly no man's land.
But do you want a playoff game?
Hell yes.
Why wouldn't you want one?
Why do you not want
You
a
go on the
playoff
road and you get beat up. Don't you want a better
Yeah, but you might win.
Yeah, you never know.
this team?
Sure.
Watching Sunday, you really got confidence in them?
Tell you what,
Beto, I guarantee you the Rams are somebody that another playoff team would not want to see because of McVay and Stafford. They might get lucky.
They're just sputtering right now.
Yeah, look, they left a lot of points on the board with
Yes.
their kicker on Sunday,
Who got
which was
cut.
disappointing.
Yeah.
They also got a little. I'm not blaming the refs, but they got cooked at the end of that
Yeah,
game.
at the end, I mean, all the technology. I think Sam Farmer wrote about this today.
Yes.
Like the technology where you can measure every single thing, and then you still got a dude coming out and measuring. I mean, you still use a chain link.
Correct.
For the 1st and 10.
Yeah, it is funny to think
All
here.
the
There's
stuff.
a
Yeah,
chip.
I've never thought about that. That's a great point.
There's a chip in that football.
Yeah.
You really have to bring the chains out to measure. They did it obviously in that game on Sunday. And John, you agree Kenny Pickett did not get the line to gain on that 4th down.
No, they screwed that up. But I'm with you, Mace. I don't think that decided the game, but it didn't help.
Yeah. And that was not interference on Witherspoon either on 3rd and 7. Not that I'm dwelling. Not dwelling on that, but they would have gotten one last crack.
Oh, man.
All right,
I just came to hang out, John, because I wanted to hear the Steve Mason show live. I didn't expect to be on the air with you guys.
Oh, yeah. No, Ireland.
It's fun.
Ireland live from the opener.
Yeah, this is as close as I've ever cut it, by the way, you guys. So the game starts in basically, I'm going to stay with you guys until 3 o'clock.
Yep.
And then the game starts at 4:30. So but we're close.
Are you
So-
Ubering over there, John?
No, I have a guy here at the hotel, Beto. I have a
Nice.
guy, and he's going to run me over there.
Yeah, you're not that far away, but
No, we're close. I'll make it for sure. I
oh
don't
yeah,
care.
you'll make it. It's
I
just,
don't care if I see their stupid ring ceremony. I don't want to see them
Yeah,
get
screw
ringed.
that.
Well, are we carrying it?
No, God, no.
Carrying a ring ceremony
Well, we had the
for the
pregame
Denver Nuggets?
because we got the pregame going on, and
Right,
everything.
but-
You're going to hear it in the background.
You'll hear it in the
Yeah,
background,
but
right?
that's it. We know our audience doesn't want to hear the Nuggets
No,
get
but-
ringed.
but I'm
Talk
saying-
really loud.
Yeah, you're going to talk over it.
Yeah,
Hell
talk
yeah.
over
Oh, Rocky, that mascot's going to be all
I'm
over
going
you.
to be throwing things at Rocky. Come on.
I love how petty you get, John.
Yeah,
like people
why
don't
not?
know that about you. Like you're a professional, you're a consummate pro.
Yes.
but you are so petty about certain things when it comes to the
I'm
Lakers.
Steph Curry. I'm the petty king.
Yes.
All right,
Mason the Petty King.
coming up next for you, you're coming to Crypto.com Arena at some point this year. How much will you pay for a beer compared to the price of beer at all the rest of the
At
NBA
Crypto?
arenas? Yes. We'll do that coming up next. Beto Duran is hanging out. We're working our way towards the Lakers opener versus the Denver Nuggets in Denver. That's where John is. And we'll do a little Game of Games coming up, too. Jacob and Ronnie's going to join us for Game of Games. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Okay, BB Go is the official game day snack of the Los Angeles Lakers. Mouth-watering Korean snacks and meals in minutes. Bergman and I swear by this stuff. We've had it 2 or 3 times. We can't get enough of it. The best part is you keep it in your freezer. They stay in there, and as soon as you warm it up and eat it, it tastes like it's fresh. It's the greatest. Korea's #1 food brand is making the whole world more delicious. Minimum effort, maximum flavor. Available at all major grocery stores in the freezer aisle. BB Go Mandu are the largest, juiciest dumplings in the market. Every day is the day to live delicious with BB Go.
Lakers
Lakers opening day, game 1. Lakers Nuggets, coverage at 3 o'clock. Right now, more of Mason and Ireland, your Tuesday afternoon on 710.
Yeah. Beto's hanging out too, and Jacob Arani's going to be here in a minute. Don't forget, it's Fifth Row Fridays this week. Fifth row seats to the Lakers game against Orlando. John, what you say is Sunday, right?
Monday.
Monday.
We play Sunday in Sacramento, and then Monday at Crypto against your best player, Paolo Banchero.
Paolo Banchero.
Him
He's
and
so
Luka
good.
are the best players on your team.
Yeah.
And, that's Monday night at Crypto.
Okay, cool. And we got fifth row seats. You can win them on Friday. From everything we say on Mason and Ireland, yesterday's show, today's show, and for the rest of the week, there will be a question from each show. If you can answer all 5 of them, Friday at 3:30, you're in the fifth row for a Lakers game, courtesy of BB-Go, the official game day snack of the Los Angeles Lakers. So I have got a list, John. This is interesting. Of the prices per 16-ounce beer from every arena in the NBA. So this is a combination of tall boys and draft. So it all is like the number one price per 16-ounce is $19.87. $19.
That's the most expensive.
That's the most expensive.
Okay.
Where do you think that is?
What arena?
Yeah, what arena?
Are we just talking NBA?
NBA.
Madison Square Garden.
Knicks are fourth at $15.75 for a 16-ounce beer.
Is it Crypto?
No, number 7.
Where the Warriors play, whatever the new thing's called.
Oh, that's a good guess.
Warriors, $19.01.
The Warriors,
the
number
Warriors,
1?
Yeah, at the Chase Center.
Where's Dallas at? Because I know it's pricey over there.
Dallas is number 6.
Oh, okay.
At $13.25. By the way, the Lakers Clippers, $13.13.
That's it?
That is tied for 7th. Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, it's a good price.
Dodger Stadium's $24.
NBA average $11.75.
That's cool.
Yeah, and the cheapest beer. Where do you think the cheapest beer is? It's $5.87 for a beer at this arena.
Charlotte.
I'm guessing either Oklahoma City or Memphis.
Milwaukee.
Charlotte.
Oklahoma City, number 29. Charlotte. Nope, you pay more at Charlotte. There's one town that.
Detroit.
Detroit is number 28, $7.39, but you're in the right part of the country.
Milwaukee,
no. It's
Laverne Shirley would be making cheap beer.
Indiana.
Nope, it's the Cavaliers.
Cleveland.
$5.87 for a beer. That's an unbelievable price in this day and age.
Great.
$5.87 for a tall boy?
Oh, they're in Cleveland. They need it.
Yeah, they do. They need it. A lot of it. So there you have it. There's how much you're going to pay in beer.
Yeah, because NBA games more liquor driven. You see a lot of wine. Well, especially at Staples, you'll see, or Crypto, you'll see wine, and I go there. See, when I go Dodger games, I get a beer. When I go to Crypto, I'll get a cocktail.
When I go to the patio over at Crypto, I get margarita, rock salt. That's what I get when I'm at the patio.
Difficult.
Hey, can you put in a word with Jay for me, Ireland?
Wait a minute. You have Jay's number.
I do have Jay's
He's listening.
number.
Just tell him.
Yeah, Jay, I want to get into the patio club. Come on, man. Help me out.
Why do you want to go there?
Just so I can say I've been there. Like, same thing I went to Hyde. I've been there. It's a cool place,
Why
cool
am I
spot.
even asking? I already know.
Yeah, no, life is about the experience. I want to experience as many different things as possible.
Just walk in.
I just can't do it. There's a bouncer and a little book with names in it.
You can't just walk in.
Yeah.
John could.
Ireland, you could roll in there.
Yeah, but I have a pass. You don't have a pass.
Nah, your face is your pass, John. You're good.
Yeah, you're good over there. All right, so John, let's go to 3 and 4 Rams. Do you think at this point, going to Dallas, going to Green Bay, are the Rams still in the playoffs, or am I being way overly optimistic?
No, you're not, but they can't afford to lose any more games that they're favored in. Like this past week, they were favored against the Steelers,
yes, they
right?
were. Yep.
Yeah, they can't afford any more of those. But I think that other than if they can not, for example, I think they probably lose Sunday in Dallas. What do you think?
Dallas can be spot. I mean, I'd like to see him win. It's an interesting game because Rams are 3 and 4 and chasing Dallas in the standings. The Rams right now are 9th in the NFC. How many teams get in?
7.
7. Okay, so they are 1/2 game out of the 7.
Yeah, until this week they were in the playoffs.
They were in it, exactly. So they still have a shot, Beto.
They do. They do.
But
It's
you're
just-
not high on this team at all.
After watching Sunday, and I went to the tailgate, which Bergman didn't join me.
Yeah, well, Bergman, you didn't go to the game, did you?
No.
No, I didn't end up going on.
But I was at the tailgate, 10 o'clock, a lot of Steeler fans, and when I went home and watched it, I'm like, oh, no, this Rams team doesn't look right now.
It was not a good week. It was not a
they
good
just
week.
don't look right.
I think that Cooper Kupp had an off game. Cooper Kupp had 2 drops.
Hey,
Puka
Puka doesn't get into the end zone or what?
Puka did not. Did he score a touchdown? I don't think he
No,
scored.
he
a touchdown.
gets you yards.
Yeah.
But he's a frustrating fantasy owner because he doesn't get into the end zone.
Right, he gets a lot of yards and a lot of catches in a PPR league, but doesn't necessarily score. So yeah, I mean, I think that the Rams.
How did the running back do? The Gerald Henderson.
Surprisingly well, although as is often the case, McVay got away from running the football in the second half. Royce Freeman and Darrell Henderson both were. They ran for combined 130 yards. They could have run the football more. They put Matthew Stafford in a lot of 3rd and longs, which allowed the Steelers to really tee off on him. I would have much rather seen them run the football more and get Matthew Stafford shorter shots at first downs.
Yeah, the Rams are there, but they're not getting over. Right?
Yeah.
They're in every game, so they're becoming that frustrating team where you're right toward the end, you're okay, we're here. And this is why you're showing up on Monday all mad at Bergman. Because if they get blown out, fine, you get over it. You'll go order your candy and you'll be fine. But then because
I just told the story today about ordering candy on my podcast. Ordering candy on Postmates, yeah.
So because it gets so close, you're like,
I know, it's
Bergman.
hard to lose that way.
And you get mad. Yeah, right? They're teasing you, Mace.
Trojans had the lead, and then they didn't.
Ugh.
Rams could have taken a 2-score lead if Brent Maher had made a field goal.
I kid you not, I'm surprised you're here.
Oh, no.
I really thought
I'm on a streak.
That's why I thought you were going to be done.
No.
These are the kind of weekends that get you off of the streak.
Correct.
Where you go on
but
a
he's
bender.
too close now. He's like a marathon runner that's like at mile 22, and he's thinking like, yeah, if it was any other day, I'd probably give it up. But now you're so close, Mace, you're going to make it.
I only have 12 shows remaining in the streak.
Oh, you're doing
for
it.
58 consecutive shows.
12?
Yeah. John, do you think I've?
Yeah, you're doing it.
Do you think I've rewritten my narrative?
I do. Yeah, I don't think people give you crap about this anymore.
Yes. Thank you.
And the station sounds better because you're here, so stop taking days off.
Yeah. Need some. Need some from time to time.
No, you don't. We need you, Mace. Upset Mace is good radio, Mace.
Yes, I was definitely upset yesterday. All right, we're going to do some game of games coming up. Jacob Ramrani is here.
Hey, have a good broadcast, John. I got to go.
Thank you.
All right,
Good
Beto,
luck on
see
your
ya.
first show, Beto. Hey, if you, in fact, Jacob's sitting right there. If you're injured in an accident, you got to immediately see a doctor and get back on the road to recovery. But what happens if you call your doctor and they don't have an opening for a week or even 2 weeks? When you call Jacob, you know Jacob is going to handle every aspect of your case. That includes getting you a doctor's appointment, usually that same day with a doctor in your area. And the doctor doesn't get paid until the end of the case, so you don't have to pay a penny out of pocket to get the health care you need. So even if you're in between jobs or you don't have health insurance, Jacob can immediately get you the medical attention that you deserve. If you're injured in any kind of accident, you want Jacob. A lot of attorneys say they'll fight for you. Call Jacob. He'll win for you. 844-24-JACOB. Boy, I'm telling you, I'm looking at Jacob right now. He's got that steely gaze that he uses when he talks to the insurance company. He will win for you. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember,
accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
And Jacob wants to thank everybody who walked with him and his team in the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk last Saturday. To make a donation, go to call.jacob on Instagram or the law offices of Jacob and Ronnie Facebook page for more information and donate to this very, very worthy cause. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Lakers basketball.
CryotherapyCall.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. It is Game of Games time. It is, John, it's your game today, right?
Nope.
It's my game.
Oh,
I
it's
got it
Brian's
today.
game. Okay, excellent. Jacob Ramrani is going to play the game today. Jacob, how you doing, man? It's a great day. It's like a national holiday. It's Lakers opening.
We've been waiting for this all summer,
Yep.
right? I've been waiting for this and just couldn't even think about work today. Even though
I'm like
I
you,
did a lot of
Jacob.
work.
I can't wait. I think they're going to be really good this year, and I love the fact that we're getting a real test right out of the gate. Can't wait for 4:30.
Oh, yes. We'll be thinking about your call, listening to you and Michael, and that even makes it more enjoyable.
Yes. All right, so Brian, what's our game today?
All right, so opening night, so we have some trivia about ESPN's top 10 ranked NBA players.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to have a question about each of them.
Yep.
All right, so ranked number 10, the first question is Anthony Davis. Which TV show has AD said he's a huge fan of because it's funny and helps him relax? A, The Office, B, South Park, or C, SpongeBob?
Greg.
Just thinking about his age. SpongeBob.
Mace.
I'm also going to say SpongeBob.
I will also say SpongeBob. Jacob.
I will go with the pack.
It is SpongeBob.
It is SpongeBob. We all had the right instinct there. John, did you know that or no?
I just guessed.
Just
'cause,
guessed,
like
okay.
Greg was right. The age gave it away.
Drop that in tonight.
Yeah, there we go.
I will.
All
In your
right,
honor.
ranked number 9 is LeBron James. LeBron once admitted he cannot cook and that his wife is the only one who could cook within their household. However, LeBron did say, though, he can cook what? A, cereal and grilled cheese sandwiches, B, PB&J and oatmeal, or C, spaghetti and pancakes?
Mace.
PB&J and oatmeal.
I mean, what was the first one, Brian?
Cereal and grilled cheese.
I think it's got to be B. I think it's PB&J and oatmeal. Jacob.
I think I've heard him talk about PB&J before, but I may be wrong.
All right, so you're going PB&J?
Yes.
All right, Greg.
Yeah, I'm with the crowd. That's the only one that kind of makes the most sense.
LeBron said he can cook cereal and grilled
I
cheese.
thought about that.
I thought about
Grilled
that
cheese
too. Yeah.
is not the easiest thing. If you do it right, it's really good. If you do it wrong, it's not good.
Yeah. Although
Game
grilled
tied at
cheese-
1.
Grilled cheese is like pizza. Even when it's not that good, it's still
No,
pretty good.
I thought it was funny you said he could cook cereal, though.
Yeah, exactly. All right, everybody's got one.
Yep.
All right, number 3 here. Ranked number 8 is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Shay.
Yeah.
Shai comes from a family of athletes. His mom was an Olympic athlete for which event? Gymnastics, track, or volleyball?
This one's me, and I'm going to say track. Jacob.
I'm going to say volleyball.
Greg.
Track.
Mace.
Track.
It is track.
It is track.
Okay. So
All right.
Mason, Ireland, and Bergman have 2. Jacob
Jacob,
has
it's
1.
okay.
Jacob.
It's okay.
It's right there.
All right, number 4.
Keep following the pack.
Ranked number 7th is Kevin Durant.
Yep.
Who has Durant said was his favorite team and player growing up? Is it the Raptors and Vince Carter, the Lakers and Shaq, or Spurs and Tim Duncan?
This one's you, Jacob.
I will go Spurs and Tim Duncan.
Greg.
Spurs and Tim Duncan.
Mace.
Yeah, I'm with the crowd. Spurs and Tim Duncan.
I'm going to take a shot here. What were the other 2, Brian?
Raptors and Vince Carter, or Lakers and Shaq?
Give me the Raptors and Vince Carter.
It is Raptors and Vince Carter.
That was the second choice there. Good. Ireland takes the lead.
All right, number 5 here. Ranked 6 overall is Jason Tatum. Who does Tatum endorse? Is it Wendy's and Smartwater, Subway and Gatorade, or Papa John's and Powerade?
Greg.
What was the second one? Subway and
Gatorade.
I want that one.
All right, Mace.
Number 1 is
Wendy's and Smartwater.
That's what I'm going to go. Wendy's and Smartwater.
I will go Subway and Gatorade. Jacob.
Subway and Gatorade.
It is Subway and Gatorade.
I think I've seen him on the Subway commercial.
Yeah.
All right, so Ireland
Everybody's
4,
on it.
Bergman 3, Mason, Jacob 2 each.
Okay.
All right, ranked number 5 is Steph Curry. What was the first brand to sign Curry? A, Under Armour, B, Adidas, or C, Nike?
Mace.
God, did you start with Under Armour? I'm going to say Under Armour.
I'm also going to say Under Armour. Jacob.
I know that Nike, they keep saying, made the biggest mistake by not signing him. I'm going to go with Nike.
Greg.
Under Armour.
It is Nike.
It is Nike. Jacob takes the point. Nice.
I didn't know if he had ever signed with them or not.
So he started with Nike and then went to Under Armour.
Right. What's the score, Ireland?
It is Ireland 4, Bergman and Jacob 3, Mace 2.
Okay.
Okay, I got 2 more and then a tiebreaker.
By the way, today is worth 2 points?
No.
Starting tomorrow.
Starting tomorrow.
And it's my game tomorrow.
Yep.
All right, so 2 more here and then a tiebreaker. So ranked 4th overall is Luka Doncic. How many languages can Luka speak? 6, 5, or 4?
Wow.
6, 5, or 4.
2 left, so John, you got to go first.
Yeah, I'll go first. I'm trying to figure
6 is
out.
a lot of languages.
Yeah.
Unless you speak one.
I barely have a handle on one.
6, 5, or 4.
I'm going to go 4. Jacob.
I have to go against you because I'm
you don't
losing.
have to yet.
Not
you
yet.
don't have to
Okay.
yet.
Next one.
All right, but I'll still go against you. I'll go 5.
Okay, Greg.
I'm going to go against it also and go 6.
Mace.
I believe he knows many languages. I'll say 6.
It is 4.
It is 4.
All right.
think
Ireland
That's
takes
a
it.
win. That's a win for me.
God
Yes.
darn it.
And now you are tied, Ireland, for the month of Brian 3, Sedano 3, Bergman 3, Ireland 3,
Wow, what a
Mason
month.
2, MT 1, Cappy 1, Beto 1.
Wow.
Wow.
All over the board.
All right, you guys, since I won it, I'm going to eject and go across the street to the arena.
Okay.
I will leave you with this prediction, though. I think the Lakers upset the Nuggets tonight.
Yeah, baby.
I think that the ring night and the fact that the Lakers are going to be sitting there stewing, I think LeBron and AD are going to play good. AD blocked 5 shots in the first 5 minutes when we were in Palm Desert against Phoenix. Give me the Lakers tonight. We'll see if I'm right.
Nice.
Bravo.
All right.
Bravo.
Thank you, John.
All right, boys. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow back here in L.A. So, Jacob, this is a big time. This is an exciting time. Lakers coming back. What's your optimistic view? By the way, I've already put optimistic in the question, which is maybe putting the cart before the horse. But what is your optimistic view?
I think this is going to be an exciting year for us.
Yep.
I love the continuity that the Lakers were able to establish by bringing so many players back. I think the people they brought on are exactly what we needed. I'm really happy about the fact that they anointed Taurean Prince as the 5th starter.
Yep.
I actually think that that's what you need. He's long. He plays 3 and D. He can hit the 3, and he's a player that wasn't here last year. So when he's on the floor, he wants to prove something, right?
Yes. So I think, and obviously I like the additions. I like Taurean Prince a lot, and I think Gabe Vincent's going to be. But it is that continuity, right?
Yeah.
There's something to be said for continuity. I always say, like, for example, in radio, we've had Bergman. How long have we had this lineup like we have right now?
Well,
2 years.
2 years. Well, no Taurean Prince, and he's starting tonight. But basically, the core this is the longest they've had a core together in a while.
I was actually talking about the radio station.
How
long
long
has the radio
I thought we
station-
were talking about later.
How long has our lineup been together?
Geez, this has been together
2 years?
for longer than that.
Longer?
So Cappy's been around for 2-3 years. So yeah, about 3 years.
Because continuity
Matters.
is it absolutely matters. In any business you're in, it matters. And that's what the Lakers have established. What they put together at the trade deadline last year, they've managed to hold it together. And by the way, I'm with John. I think the Lakers are going to win tonight.
Yeah, I do too.
I think all the smack talk, all the Mike Malone
That should
is
be
the
enough.
Lakers
That should
daddy,
be
stuff
fuel.
like that.
That should be fuel.
Yeah, I mean, I think that this is going to be a good night for the Lakers.
That
And a
makes-
lot of times, people come out of the box.
Yeah,
flat
if I
on
may
that.
add something, and this is something that's not talked about enough. I think last year we were excited to have Darvin Ham as a coach, but I do have to say that there were certain times that you may have questioned some of those decision making. The fact that he's coming back now for his 2nd year, the fact that he's now gotten a year under his belt, I think is going to also affect the way the team plays, the way the lineups are out there. I think we're going to see a lot of positivity from the top all the way down.
Yeah.
And I think I'm excited about that too.
Bergman, you're optimistic also, right?
I'm extremely optimistic. This has been the first time that I've actually felt good about a Lakers team since probably the year after the pandemic, the 72-year season.
Yeah.
When AD got hurt against the Suns.
Yep.
It was because of the same thing you're talking about. Continuity into that season, and then they were going to go far in the playoffs. This is the first time we have that, and it's really exciting.
Yeah, it is. And Rob Pelinka's done a fantastic job of assembling this roster, doing it really on the fly last year at the trade deadline and now carrying it over. Who is the most intimidating team in the West other than Denver? Denver, obviously, I think is the best team in the conference. I saw, Nikola Jokic, for me right now, is the greatest player in the world. I don't think anybody touches him offensively. Defensively,
Right.
He's not really a force, but offensively, he's unbelievable. He's a magician out there. What team other than Denver in the West scares you?
I mean, obviously, you have to look at Phoenix.
Yep.
Right, because you know that they got the three-headed monster.
Yep.
And as long as they're all healthy, I know Beal's not playing tonight already. They're being cautious with him. So I think, obviously, Denver is somebody to look at, but you want to make sure it's above the 3.
Yes.
Right. Who else did they put? We've already seen that with the Lakers when they put a lot of money in 3 stars and then you don't have enough role players. I think they're important. I'd be interested to see, how the teams stack up. I mean, you look at the Warriors, and you want to see how CP3 even going to fit in with this.
Yeah, it
right?
doesn't make any sense to me logically on the floor.
We got Clay, it's a contract year.
Yep.
They don't seem to be going anywhere. Is that going to be something that's going to affect, that chemistry?
See, I think they're right at the edge of a cliff. Right at the I mean, maybe it's a downward slope, but they're definitely past peak, and it's on the downside of this dynasty that we've seen. These guys have gotten older.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is a dynasty. It's been what, like 10 years?
Yeah,
they've been incredible, and they are staying together of what they have.
Right.
So they're probably at that point but Draymond, I know, is not playing tonight, but he's going to play, and Clay has been talked about leaving next year, but they still have all the pieces to make a massive run, especially if CP3 can actually make it work. And Kuminga is a big role.
Jonathan Kuminga, I think.
Yeah, if he has a big year,
exactly.
that could change.
And then you always have the Clippers. They do their thing during the season, and then they go boop 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 at the end of the season. So I don't ever, like to think.
Did you mention the Clippers?
I did.
The lowest management team of the entire NBA.
Let me tell you why I like to. Let me tell you why I like to mention them.
Yes.
Because it's a failure every single year.
Yes.
And every opportunity I get, even though I'm not supposed to take, a stab at them, I like to do that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I hate the Clippers.
Yeah. So I am not I'm not afraid of saying how much I dislike them.
Yes.
And it's always funny when I go to a game.
Yep.
My kids I got to tell this story.
Yeah.
So my kids had an event at the Clipper game.
Okay.
And I usually don't let my kids go to anything having to do with the Clipper game.
Yep.
But it was a little league, and they were at the Clipper game. So I go in there. Every single usher that I saw said, "I'm going to take a picture and I'm going to send it to the Lakers. What are you doing here?" I mean, it was just hilarious.
Yeah,
and I think it's just the beauty of the Laker brand.
Yep.
And then
down here, the Clippers brand.
That's right.
Down here at the bottom.
That's right.
So I wanted to get to one thing here, and you're a USC fan, right?
Oh my God, I'm a diehard Trojan.
Okay, so this is what I'm confused about. So Lincoln Riley, obviously, they lost that game on Saturday. Very tough loss. Afterwards, he was very defensive. He did not let his players talk to the media. And now there is word that he is not at practice for the second day in a row. It says due to illness per USC. So I hope he's okay. It's a weird time for him to sort of disappear.
It sounds like he just doesn't want to talk to the reporters.
No, maybe he's sick.
I'm sure he's very sick and can't go.
Maybe he is.
I'm totally sure that he's not feeling well and he's not getting upset about all the things that are going on.
He's a very defensive person. Very defensive.
Listen, you watch that game, and I watch it, with all of my gut.
Yeah.
I was invited to a party, didn't go to the party because I wanted to see what happened at the end, ruined my whole night.
Yep.
And the question at the end of the day comes is, you've got, Heisman winner.
Yep.
He was the front runner to win it again this year. What happened? Everything just crumbled on us.
And that is a subject that we will cover tomorrow, too.
All right.
Yeah. Jacob, it's great seeing you, man. Thank you very much for coming in. Game of Games brought to you by calljacob.com. Love Jacob. Great guy, great friend, huge Lakers fan. If you are involved in an accident, that's the guy you want.
Appreciate you.
All right. Coming up next for you is Lakers pregame. It is the opener. It is opening night for the Lakers. They are at Denver. to play the team that swept them in the Western Conference Finals last year. We're back tomorrow at 1. Coach Sean McVay is going to join us. Lakers basketball next here on 710 ESPN.